I'm BenJyFish, also known as BenJYFISHY. I'm 17 years old, I live in Surrey. I play Fortnite for NRG. I've been playing Fortnite for like past 3 years. Fortnite is a battle royale game made by Epic Games. The way I like to explain it to people that haven't heard of it before, it's basically just like the Hunger Games, but as a game. So yeah, you just drop down on an island and you just fight, and you got to be the last one surviving. So my brother introduced me to gaming when I was really young, probably like 5. There's like old YouTube videos of me like just playing just like Guitar Hero and like old Call of Duties back in the day with my brother. And then eventually I decided to get like, or my mum got me a laptop, and then started playing games like League of Legends. I was an OG League of Legends player, I'm proud to say that. But yeah, I've been gaming like all my life basically.
I am Charles Fish. I'm BenjyFishy's older brother. We used to play a lot of Call of Duty. Like that's all we'd play, I think, from like since I was like 8, so I'd say like 15, 14. COD, you know, 4 through to like Black Ops, a lot of Battlefields, that sort of stuff. And I think that's where he sort of got a lot of his sort of FPS chops, you know, off the bat. I'd say when he was like 10, 11, he could sort of keep up with me. But I went off and did other stuff, and then he just sort of kept on going, and now he's an absolute beast.
Spaz and a gold AR. He's in such a good spot. Benjy's gonna get another one. That's gonna be rotary. Benjy is going insane. Benjy's gonna get one more. Benjy is on an absolute running rampage.
3 builds, pump from high ground, drops to low, blocks it off, another one. My God, Benjy, the back-to-back, 180 degrees no, the God run, the curse broken, another 200 pump, low ground, domination, Varrock's taken out, the next one, Benjy blocks it, does he get the 1 pump? It's blocked, he's there for the next, BenjyFishy!
For like forever, I've always wanted to be like a pro gamer, or like I wasn't, maybe not like a streamer. I mean, I've always just had in my head I want to be a pro gamer. Like ever since like, I used to watch like old League of Legends tournaments or like Counter-Strike. I was like, this is what I want to do. So I guess yeah, ever since I started gaming, I've always wanted like, you know, I thought this was sick, so I wanted to do it as a job. So.
My name is Anne, and I'm Benjy's mum, or BenjyFishy's mum. Benjy's always been brought up sort of in that gaming sort of scene, which I think has helped him then transfer into something like Fortnite.
Mum cooks me my own food. I think all I can make is like a bacon roll or something, but yeah, she cooks for me. I mean, she helps me out a lot. It's pretty nice.
You got that? You're gonna lie? Okay, wait.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Benjy. Happy birthday.
Saying to like a kid, like you can't play games, like you're not allowed to at all. Like I don't think you should do that. You know, I think that there should make sure there's a balance. You know, you balance your homework, balance your schoolwork with gaming. You know, if that is really what you enjoy and it's what you do, like your parents shouldn't be able to stop you. Like you should be able to, you know, play it, but you just got to make sure you find a good balance.
Yeah, no, I've always been to take advantage of, you know, opportunities that come your way. So therefore, I did have to do I wasn't so familiar with esports at the time, so I did have to do a little bit of research to find out. And obviously, we actually at the time I wasn't talking to Johnny, who's Mr. Savage's dad, but subsequently having conversations and going out with him, realised that you can have a career in it, and there are opportunities. And actually being gaming is very largely misunderstood. So actually being a pro gamer is in the same league as being a professional footballer for, you know, Premier League side. So it's of that type of level. So yeah, I didn't have any reservations, no.
I probably realised that I could, you know, actually make it a job when I started playing duos with Mr. Savage. and we started like winning tournaments, and you know, I was making like, I think I won like a 10K tournament with him. I was like, that's pretty good money, that.
So I was actually in bed at the time, and he came in and told me that they'd won, and they just won $10,000. And I remember being on the phone to Charles at something like midnight or something, 1 o'clock in the morning, saying, oh my God, do you just realise that he's just won this and that? And then very quickly that week, so he won that, and they won another tournament very quickly in succession within a couple of days of each other. And then Epic Games then announced that week that they were lowering the age limit from 16 to 13, and they announced the World Cup. So with that, we then started getting immediate offers for Benjy to sign with various orgs.
I think for everyone it was when he got invited to the World Cup. That was pretty insane, you know. All expenses paid, trip to New York, you know, just for a kid's video game.
A European duo as well, another young squad, Mr. Savage and BENJYFISHY.
And at the end, BENJYFISHY.
And another group that is very top heavy. These were the players.
Take a look there, BENJYFISHY.
Back when I was like 14, you know, I would, you know, all I wanted to do was just like play Fortnite 16 hours a day. Like, that was the only thing that was on my mind. But you know, I've been playing it for like 3.5 years now, like most time like 12 hours a day. So you know, I still want to, you know, I still play sort of like 8 hours a day. But I mean, you know, I want to go out and travel and stuff, which I think, you know, with COVID and there being like not being able to travel, it's been a bit shit. But I mean, the favourite place I've been was probably, it was either New York for the World Cup or Australia for the Australian Open. Those two were like my favourite places. I also really like Sweden, but it was snowing at the time. It was proper cold. But yeah, those are probably my top 3. But you know, I wanna go to Tokyo. I was meant to go to Tokyo for a tournament, I think like last year sometime, but COVID messed up. So you know, still planning on hopefully going to Tokyo soon. I mean, I don't go out a lot, but I mean, when I do go out, you know, I get recognised a bit, especially like in this area, because you know, like a lot of people know me like from being in this area. It's pretty cool. But especially when I go to America, I mean, it's pretty cool. Like obviously, it can like when I go to events and stuff, it can get pretty bad. But you know, when I'm just out in public and somebody recognises me, like I find that really sick. I mean, you know, if you can build like, I mean, just an example, like, there's so many like Fortnite pros that don't like stream, they don't like make any content. And obviously if they don't want to do that, then just like not to them. But I mean, I feel like it's so much nicer having like a community to support you. You know, even if you don't do good in a tournament, like they're still with you. So you need to make sure that you listen to your community, obviously. I mean, it's hard because I mean, you know, I'm guessing devs know their game better than the actual players, but the player's always going to have like a good insight because they play the game so much, you know. So it's always good to listen and hear for feedback.
So one of the things that we've formed is a group called COPE, which is the Coalition of Parents in Esports, which is trying to educate people and the parents that there are other careers that you can have within the space. So not just gaming, you can become content creators, the whole production side behind it, and also the fact that there are transferable skills that the children are learning, so all about communication, leadership skills, and everything that will then go on and help them in other careers. I think the parents need to find out more about it. So actually to chat to your child, find out if it's Fortnite, it might not be Fortnite, it might be another game or whatever, or another career actually. So therefore, I mean, for example, if your child was interested in acting, or your child was wanted to become on the West End stage or something like that or whatever, or a footballer, you would actually go out of your way to try and give them lessons and coaching and find out about it, go along. So the same applies to gaming. You know, find out if they're streaming on Twitch, maybe watch some of the streams, you know, talk to them and just try and find out a little bit more.
I think at this point I want to be in gaming, like the gaming industry, for the rest of my life. You know, it's a really cool community. And I couldn't really see myself doing anything else at this point, to be honest.
If you're looking to scale a studio or you're looking for the very best minds in gaming, make sure to check out GameLogic.